Good morning, everybody. How are you feeling? Okay, I guess we're ready to go. Okay, let me see. Where is my clicker? Here it is. Okay, what we're going to talk about today, we're talking about positive organizations. It's all about positive today, right? I mean, and this weekend. But the point is, we have spent some time talking about the individuals, and now we put it in a different context, and the context is the team, the group, the organization. And so this is just a definition of positive organizations. As you can see, there is the good thing, the flourishing part, which goes beyond happiness if you want. You feel good, you're on purpose, you are happy, and at the same time, the organization is making money, and you are performing better. So it's a win-win situation. Nobody has to lose. There is no suffering in working. And we need to change our mindset about that, because so often we think as a job, as suffering or work or sacrifice. Can we make it fun and enjoyable and we feel we are not working one day in our life? Can we? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. Who says no? Nobody. Good. Okay. So I want to bring to you quite some literature, and I'm talking about science, that shows that this is not something that was created yesterday. This is well established, and as you can see, more than 100 years of studies are showing the power of positive organizations. Maybe we're not called that way, but that was what they were about, okay? And here we have a beautiful example in Italy with Adriano Olivetti, obviously. But just to give you an idea of the increase of number of publications, scientific publications that relate, in fact, to positive organizations. So you see that from 2008, there has been an explosion of publications in positive organizations. Now, if you see the one that is going down, the yellow line, is actually the citations, because we couldn't keep up with all these academic articles that were published in the field. So clearly there is interest. But what I want to share with you today, first of all, you are going to work, okay? So I'm going to make you work much more than I'm working now. So are you okay with that? Yes or no? Are you sure? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so I'll give it to you. But what I wanted to tell you is this. You see, there is so much stuff out there, and I love to be a practitioner. And the point here is that if we don't put that to work, it's a waste of time. It's just us, professors and researchers, talking amongst ourselves, and that's all there is. And I don't want that. This is all practical type of research that needs to be implemented. So let's get started then. This is a study that I conducted with a colleague of mine, and we looked into the phenomenon that you all know of quiet resignation as well, great resignation and quiet quitting. And you well know that millions and millions of workers have decided to resign in these years. And it's not only a US phenomenon, and it's happening here in Europe as well. And we needed to understand why. What's going on here? And also, those who do not resign, they tend to be passive. They are not engaged at work. And so, again, what's going on? And what we found out, that the four top reasons why this is happening is, first, we don't get recognized. We have a need for recognition. We have a need for appreciation for the work we do. And what happens is very often employers say, hey, I pay you for the job you are performing, so why would I have to recognize you for a job well done? However, if you don't do it, then I will let you know. And so people really are struggling with this concept. And the second is a toxic culture, a culture of gossiping, or not supporting and loving each other. The third is lack opportunities to learn and grow. People want to learn and grow. That's another big need we have. And we need to understand that has to be incorporated somehow in our job routine, in our job descriptions, and in our tasks. And finally, a lack of meaning and purpose. And we have talked about purpose, even last year at Wahasu. It's a big deal. We need to find a purpose in what we are doing. We need to follow that North Star that is out there and feel fulfilled when we are at work. So now, you said you want to work. Here we go. This is the first. I'm asking you to actually share with the person next to you, have you experienced any of these job factors in your job, in the sense that have you felt like you wanted to quit? Have you felt like, you know what, I disconnect from this. I just come here for the minimum work I can possibly do, and then goodbye. So I want you truly to share that, and to share also the impact that you had, the physical impact, the psychological impact, and also the economic impact this might have created. So I'll give you 1 minute, 30 seconds each. Look at the person next to you and go, share. Just a few seconds left. Just a few seconds left. Good. Thank your partner. Say thank you. Thank you for sharing. That was nice. Come back to me. Come back to me. Okay, we start again. Thank you. Now, the faster you come back to me, the more we will cover during this presentation. So, let's just enjoy and play. I would be very curious to hear from you what you shared, but maybe when we get some social interaction during lunch break. So, you see, these are just examples of academic articles that keep seeing or showing results that say, listen, employee well-being and performance is increasing when what do we do exactly? We intervene. We have interventions. So what's the goal again? Another of the goals of my presentation is to allow you to start using interventions. So these are intended actions to make your organization more positive. And when we do it, people feel better. Not only that, whatever that might be negative that affects them, like depression and anxiety, gets better as well, okay? And I could show you hundreds of them, okay? So this is another example of positive interventions that make us feel better or make us not feel that bad, okay? So we are going to focus now on one academic article that I think is one of the good ones in terms of putting all these interventions together. And as a matter of fact, I have, with my graduate students and my team, we are building almost like a handbook of interventions. what should we do at work when there is gossiping? And when should we perform those interventions? How long do they last? Who should conduct them? How we should measure their performance? So I am so obsessed about interventions because are the most practical things that we test at work and we see results. So my goal, and we're working on that, is almost to have an encyclopedia of interventions and explain to employers and employees when is the best time to start, who should start first, what is the method, how long should it last, what are the expected benefits. That's exactly what I would like to see, and you will see it, not immediately, but very soon. Okay, here we go then. So this article by Donaldson tells you, and these are extracted, really, basically are copied from the academic article, give you some examples. We have actually, we have 4 types of interventions. So basically, they started looking at all the interventions, and they decided to group them in 4 types, okay? So the first one is gratitude. The second is job crafting. I'll explain to you what it is if you are not familiar with it. And then PsyCap. You know, we academics want to really feel very special and we want to feel very important, so we had to come up with very fancy names, okay? PsyCap is simply psychological capital, and then I tell you what are the components of that. And finally, strengths theory. So let's go on with this. So gratitude. Here we are talking about the effectiveness, and as you can see, the outcomes are a decrease in emotional exhaustion. We talked even yesterday a lot about stress and burnout, and here it is. Now, we also feel more satisfied, and not only is just for us, but it's for others, because we increase prosocial behavior, so we are more prone to help others. So this is about effectiveness, but what about the application? And here's the application. We have different intervention exercises. So they explain exactly what the exercises are. And obviously, if you want, I'll give you the article and I'll give you many more that tell you exactly what they do, when they do it, how they do it. Okay? So now I'm asking you, because we need to practice here, what do you do to express gratitude, and how often you express gratitude, okay? 1 minute, go! A few seconds left. A few seconds left. Okay, thank your partner. Say thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Come back to me, please. Come back to me. Great. We are faster now. Very good. Very good. Okay, let's go to the next then. The next is job crafting. And job crafting is granted beautiful results so far. And job crafting is simply this. When you go to work, can you somehow shape, mold your job, just like a perfect suit that fits you? You still deliver the same results, or better, and generally you do deliver better results, but also the job represents your strengths, represents your values, represents your talents, your passion. So it fits. It's just a joy to go to work. And that's exactly what job crafting is. And again, here you see the outcomes, significant increase in work engagement and performance. And who does it? Trained facilitators. And here they were doing it with police officers. So can you do it, and teachers, can you do it with anybody? Absolutely. So I'm asking you here again, share how you would like to craft your job, just to fit your strengths, how it would look like. Give a little example, obviously, because we have just a few minutes left, not even 5. But my point here is, how can your job become you? Represents you, exude your energy, your enthusiasm, and your passion. Go, 1 minute, very quickly. A few seconds left. Thank your partner again. Say thank you, please, come back to me. By the way, please don't choose always the same partner. If you are looking to the left, then you look to the right, or look behind you, or in front of you. Okay, let's move on. Ready? Yeah, it looks like job crafting gets you even more engaged, I can tell. So, SciCap, again, the fancy word, means what? Hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism. And again here, when we promote interventions in these areas, then we have more work engagement. It's that simple. So again, think about it. Don't wait. There is a tremendous potential in your organization that is waiting to be awakened. Just go for it, okay? So if we talk about this, how would you, I couldn't figure out what's going on here. Okay. Think how you perceive them, or maybe focus on one of them and share an inspiring story about SciCap in your life, in your family. Your family is an organization, right? And we want to make it positive. Let's go for it. 30 seconds now, because I still have to cover. 30 seconds, go. Thank your partner. We keep moving. Okay, the last one. Again, thank your partner. Be grateful. You see, number 1, be grateful. Okay. The last one is strength theory. Now, strength theory, it's quite complex. Not necessarily because there are many elements to it, but you'll see. Here, what is the benefit? It's an increasing calling. Calling means, you would work anyway. You would pay to go to work. It's a mission. It's a mission. It's that simple. To me, a calling is I am engaged 100% in this mission and I'm not going to give up. And then, again, you see here, they involve more leaders, they involve more managers, okay? Because their calling, we hope, will transfer to their employees. So we might not be able to work on strength theory because I'm finishing up on that, but this is an idea of what are the elements of strength theory. So we go from wisdom to courage to humanity to justice, temperance and transcendence. So there are many, many elements, but I would like to tell you one thing. I know we are almost done, but I want to tell you one thing, is why at school we focus on what we are not good at. We are focusing on fixing our problems, our areas of weakness, and we do not work at all on our strengths. Well, I don't understand why. What's the problem with that? I do understand that we need to pass that course. Okay, fine, that class. But at the same time, if you have a strength, why don't we get help in having it flourishing? Because that's exactly what will make us happy. So the conclusions here are very, very clear. We have all the elements that we need to transform our organizations, starting from the family, from a so-so or traditional ones to positive ones. So the point is, now the ball is in your court. Why? Because I will be happy. Email me, text me, and I will send you all the articles with all the interventions you want. Now, others could say, okay, I'm not a manager, I'm an employee, and what can I do? You can still be an agent of change. Start applying them yourself and with your team if possible, and you will see what will happen in your organization. Will you do it? Yes or no? Yes, yes or no? I can't hear you. Yes or no? Okay. Thank you.